Hey guys, it's Chuck with Foraging Truth, and we're out looking for honey mushrooms. Could have some right here, but we can go ahead and just observe and see what we already have. We know we're looking for a white to cream spore print, and I can see that these have been sitting here way too long. But if you notice, there's like a white pattern right here, and underneath some of these pieces that somebody apparently cut off or a deer chewed off, you're going to see white spore print. So we already have the spore print. But since these are passed, I'm going to go ahead. They already dropped spores. Let's see if we can get the whole cluster off. Now they do grow like I thought, and they are pretty bug ridden, but they're all coming down. And the next feature we're going to be looking for is to see if these stems are tapered. Look at that stem. You see these yellow scales? There's another feature. The yellow scaling on the stalk. Plus, you have a membrane-like margin for the ring, and it is attached to the stalk. Then, we see the gills are all tight, close, compact together. So we have a lot of the features. Now, this stalk is tapered. It's thicker at the top, and it goes down, and where it hooks into the base, you'll see where I cut it off, that it's tapered down narrower at the base, and this is a really good one for that. See how it's thicker, and then it goes thinner as you go, which I can hold like this. So we have the right ring, we have these tufts, these scales, these yellow scaled patterns coming down the stalk. It's tapered, and we have the correct spore print. I'm 100% positive I'm holding a honey mushroom right now. So these are a choice edible. Now, what can this do for you? This actually helps with a lot of different cardiovascular problems. It's like plaque buildup, and you have a lot of neurological issues. Everything from headaches to epilepsy. It's been used to treat some of these things. Of course, I haven't done a lot of research into what it does for you. I do like the taste. That's what it does for me. Eat from the wild and give us and take what God has given us from the creation. The honey mushrooms, guys. The other thing about these is the stalks are too woody to eat. So what you're going to do is you're just going to, when you find good ones that aren't bug ridden, you are going to cut the stem away from the cap. So you're going to leave the woods in your basket. You should have a bunch of caps in a basket. I mean, the stems, you can just leave them there. And always leave some standing mushrooms to drop these spores, because we want these spores to wash down, get in the wood, and come up as other mushrooms. Here's somebody cut one off here. And before we leave the spot with the honey mushrooms, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you one of the books I use. Of course, this is northeastern United States. That's where I'm at. And there's the honey mushrooms, and there you can get proficient at finding all the features. You can see that it tells you what the features are. It tells you what your spore print will be, and it also has the ringless honey mushroom on this side. This is the honey mushroom, and this is the ringless honey mushroom. So there's one of the books, guys. That's one of the books I use. Very colorful, very nice manual. This is the Timber Press Field Guide, and it's a very, very nice book. This is a good one. I've used it a lot, and we're actually going to use it more today, and you'll see. So, what are the manuals? I'll show you a different manual next time. Alright guys, this is the stage of honey mushroom that I enjoy finding. Now, less likely that a lot of bugs got to any of these. So let's see if we can get some mushroom caps, make sure we have the right ones. See the yellow scales on the stem? You also see there's like a yellow scale on the top that almost looks like hairs. Now, these are not yet open. So what you're going to have is, this is where the ring comes from. This is the veil over top of the gills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one in half to show you why it gets a ring on the stem. Here you can see the gills right here, the veil that's attached to the gills, the stem that is not buggy whatsoever, and the woodiness of the stem. You can see the stem actually changes into different material right here. And this is what you want to eat. Here to there. Very small caps, but I'm telling you what, we have a cluster here and a cluster there, and there's no shortage of honey mushrooms in this spot, because I find them on the stumps back there behind me. I find them going down the road here on both sides. They're very plentiful. So if you want to take a bunch of caps from one spot, look for smaller ones too. Look at this. See these guys? All coming up. But are they growing on wood? Yes, they are. Can you see this? These are feeding off of the dead material from this log, or the stump. So they are growing on wood. They are also, by looking at these cut areas, tapered at the base. Not necessarily where I cut them off, but they do taper down to thinner. That's another feature. The scales, the little black hairs that are sometimes on top is another feature. And the white and creamish spore print that we've already got from other ones just over the way here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the larger ones off of this and leave some of those smaller ones behind. Now I can, with the veil still being closed, it's really easy to wash these, and you have a bunch of mushroom caps that you can prepare for yourself. Very easily thrown into a mushroom bag. Just try not to throw a bunch of dirt in your mushroom bag. It's a real pain to clean it off. And I'm going to let these ones get a couple days bigger. And that one is damaged, so I'll throw it over here. So, let's keep finding more honey mushrooms. There we go. I disagree. I don't think this mushroom can be confused with a deadly Galerina at all. I mean, they both grow on wood, but if you're using your features, there's no possible way that looks like a deadly Galerina. It has the wrong colors. If you look at this yellow scaling on the stem, it tapers down. It grows in a bunch where they're all growing together into one unit, where you can grab a couple of them like this and just... Well, we pretty much broke the whole thing away on that one. And might as well show you. They're growing in one large cluster. And you could ID every one of these if you wanted to. You could take the caps, cut them all off, set them all on a piece of paper, and get the white spore print from every cap if you're really that concerned with it. Deadly Galerinas are not to be played with or ingested, but you're not going to get a deadly Galerina if you're looking at the features, if you're looking at what you're gathering. So, look how these all come from one spot on the ground. That is a key feature for this. Some of these are past. And some of them are very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pluck out the ones I don't see a bunch of bug activity. This has bug activity. We're going to put it back up here. That one's definitely gone. That's a good one. That's a good one. This one. some of these smaller ones can go. Since I already broke it loose, I mean, it's kind of like I broke off the fruiting body, but there's still fruiting bodies here, so I'm not really that concerned with it. It's going to happen to you guys too. Don't think you're a subpar mushroom hunter if you break off something like that and that you're going to ruin your harvest. And I'm going to take these to my buddy. He loves these mushrooms too. Put that one in this one over here. And I tell you what, most of these are closed. There is some dirt here. So what else you can do to minimize your dirt? Try not to get dirt in the gills, guys. That is one of the hardest things to do. But you can, if you have your mushroom bag right here, you can just clip off this bottom section and get all this dirt and everything off before you put it in a mushroom bag. That way you don't have, because as you walk in a mushroom bag, this is going to sprinkle the dirt up into the gills. And then your cleanup time is going to be double than when you started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bundle and these ones that I have here, and I'm just going to lay these on the back of my seat in my car. I'm not going to worry about the mushroom bag. That way I don't have a bunch of dirt sitting in them when I get back. And my buddy can go ahead and he can enjoy mushroom right from my grocery store, the woods. So guys, if you like this video and you like the other videos, I'm very blessed to have you with me, and I hope to keep giving you the information you want from the wild, from this creation that God has given us, and teaching what you might want to eat if big grocery stores and big pharma and all those places kind of go under, that we have what God gave us. So we only need what God gave us, including his son. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep making content for you today and throughout. And we have another mushroom to go do that actually we're on our way to go do that one, and we figured that we would end our honey mushroom video with this nice cluster of honey mushrooms that I just found. So, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Always go back to the creation. Always go back to the old way, and make sure that you keep foraging.